So we'll start with daily German, which is the focus of our class, right? So as we have learned about cases, we have learned about modal verbs, we have learned about the pronouns, ish, mish, mir, do, dish, dear, all these were pronouns. So this forms the basic ground for you to interact in German language. Now let us focus upon using them. Yeah. So what I've planned is now and onwards we will talk only about situational cases. Let's say if I am in a bus and I have to ask the driver about some place, or I want a help from a co-passenger that when this stop comes, please let me know, please tell me in advance, such things. Yeah. Just to remind your friends, when you are in such situational cases, nobody is going to bother about your grammar mistakes. The only thing that they are bothered is what do you want to say, and when they speak out, you should be able to understand them. That's all is required, right? So even if you make a case in dative and accusative, so nobody is ever bothered to correct you, or even in your office also, nobody will ever correct you if you make any grammatical mistakes. So let's not get into depth of this grammar stuff. We'll go into situational stuff now. So let's do some revision. Well, we have done at least 2 months back. I'm sure that you may not be remembering it very clearly. Let's say if you were to ask somebody's name, what is your name? So please give it a try if somebody can.
Wie heißt du?
Yes.
Wo heißen Sie?
Wait.
Was,
Wie
was ist
We
sie nehmen?
Heißt
we
du?
heißt du. That's perfect.
ja, wie heißen Sie?
Ja.
That's also perfect. Wie heißen Sie, right? Just to make sure, if we are talking about German and English, the word for what is was, right? So if you make it as was ist dein Name, was ist dein Name. So technically it is okay, but practically it is not okay. It may be like this, because this is one-to-one transformation between English and German, which is in daily life it is not used. If you were to ask somebody's name, you have to ask like this only: Wie heißen Sie or Wie heißt du? Although we literally means how, right? But still, you have to use it in when you are asking for somebody's name. Even let's say if this is me and this is somebody else, and I asked some question to him or to her, and she could not understand, or he was busy somewhere, and he will reply back in English. He will most likely reply back, "Excuse me," or "Please repeat." Right? I mean, please repeat the question. So in this case,
Sie bitte.
wie bitte?
Wie bitte, sorry.
Yeah, right? Wie bitte. Make sure that you don't ask was bitte, or maybe you don't ask was, right? That is like you are asking what, which does not look like very polite, or doesn't sound very good. So in such cases, you can ask wie bitte. Otherwise, there is one more option. Um, Friends, I will create a block which is the correct answer. I mean, which is the correct sentence to be spoken. So you can focus upon these blocks only. In such situation, you can even ask or say wiederholen. Oh, sorry. H-O-L. Wiederholen Sie bitte. Right? Now I'll tell you about this word. Because now that we are progressing in this language, we must know these new words, which are quite useful in daily lives. So Uh, let's focus upon this word only. WIE, wiederholen. Wiederholen is to revise or to repeat, right? So if we ask somebody to please repeat what exactly he has said or she has said, we can say it wiederholen. Okay. Now you might have noticed by now this is again a verb, right? And every verb has conjugation. So in this case, this verb also has conjugation. So it becomes ich wiederhole. WIE wiederhole. Du wiederholst. RGS wiederholen. Okay. SGS wiederholt, I think. HOLT. So, wir wiederholen. Ihr wiederholt. Sie wiederholen. Okay. So now once again a situational question. If this is me, who is a principal, and I am talking to, let's say, only one small kid, okay? And let's say I asked him his name or some information and he replied back, and I have to ask him, please repeat. So in this case, can you guess some friends how this principal should ask this kid, please repeat? Any guess, friends?
Wiederholen.
Um, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Wiederholen, as you see, this
The
is the
reader holds
exactly.
holds
Wiederholst du bitte.
do bitte.
Yes. Now let's talk about this stuff, how it is framed. You see, wiederholen Sie bitte we have used. So Sie is the infinitive. You see, it comes here. Okay, I'll write down here as well. Ich wiederhole, du wiederholst, er,
SGS.
yes, es ist wiederholt, wir wiederholen, ihr wiederholt,
Du.
sie wiederholen, right? So you see, as I've used wiederholen, sie bitte, so this is the infinitive form. Now, if I were to talk to a do person or somebody who is junior or of same cadre to me, then I'll be using this form. So it will be du wiederholst. All right. Now, what if I have to say I repeat, or maybe I say I am repeating. So give it a try, friends, how it should look like.
Ich bitte.
No. It's repeating or revising. So it has to be wiederholen only, some form of wiederholen. Give it a try, no doubt. I mean, you can make
Ich wiederhole.
yes. Ich wiederhole.
Wiederholen ich bitte.
No. Wiederholen ich bitte means repeat. I repeat, please. So that may not be a perfect sentence. I mean, if I am going to speak out something, I will not use please. Bitte invariably means please, kind of a polite word, right? So if I were to say that I am repeating, then I will only say ich wiederhole. Simple. Okay.
Sid, if I say let me repeat, then
Let me repeat.
yeah.
So here things will be a little complex.
Okay.
See, here let becomes las, mich wiederholen. Lass mich wiederholen. Now, ich mir du dich hier. Warum, why is it wiederholen?
For
Well,
which we need to check.
yeah, I mean, here it is infinitive form. I need to find out why we will use infinitive here. I believe when we are asking for some permissions, let me repeat, then we have to use the infinitive form. I'm not quite sure. I mean, this is kind of a dark area for me. I'll check out this.
Okay.
But when you have to say, let me repeat, you have to say, lass mich wiederholen, or you can say, if you are speaking to a group of senior people, lassen Sie mich bitte wiederholen. But I have to find out how this wiederholen is used in infinitive form here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, there is a similar word called Wiedersehen. All right. Before that, friends, I forgot to tell you one more important point here. No, no, okay, fine, no issues. There are two words. One is Wiedersehen and the other is Wiederhören. Okay, so this means um, see again, and this
Listen
means
again.
hear again,
Yeah.
or listen again, same thing. Moment. So let's say um, you are talking to, uh, for example, I have seen if I talk to Commerce Bank call center, customer care over telephone. Okay. So if you see, if we are talking to these guys over telephone, once you complete your conversation, they will say, auf Wiederhören. That is, auf is used to say, uh, like we say choose, TSCHUSS.
Bye.
Yeah, bye, exactly. So once we complete our conversation, we say choose. But over telephone, if we were to talk to somebody and we are talking in a very formal environment, then we will be saying auf Wiederhören, right? And mostly I have seen in Aldi, if I buy something and once I pay the amount in the shelter, that is in the lady who sits at the counter, she will most likely say, at least I have seen in Aldi, auf Wiedersehen. It may be like Aldi tries to be a very formal with customers, right? So they have probably told their employees to use Z with their customers. That's why they use Auf Wiedersehen. You can notice it sometime. I mean, at least I have noticed it multiple times here. However, in any other like Reve, if you see, so they will simply say choose once you pay the amount and go away, right? So I want to focus upon these two words, Auf Wiedersehen and Auf Wiederhören. So these two words are first of all informal. They are formal cases only, right? So once you are talking in a very official environment or in a formal environment, or maybe you are talking to somebody seniors to you, Maybe if you go for an interview in a job interview kind of thing, and you talk to a group of people, then you have to use uh, auf Wiedersehen oder or auf Wiederhören, right? And this is the formal form of choose, as you can say. Now, make sure, friends, if you are talking over phone, then you cannot see anybody, right? So you have to use auf Wiederhören, and you see sehen. Sehen itself means to see, S-E-H-E-N. So this is once you are in front of two people are in front of each other, and they are now going away after their conversation. Then they have to say auf Wiedersehen, right? That we will meet you again, or till the next time, or something like that.
Or we will see you again.
Yeah, we will meet again. Apart from this, there are few more things that you can speak out when you are saying bye. A few of them is bis später, right? So bis später literally means till the next time.
Bis bald.
Yes. Second one is bis bald.
See you soon.
Exactly. See you soon. This is the as you can say, the German counterpart or English counterpart of each other. However, literally it will means till soon. Bald means soon. Now, another thing that you can speak out is bis morgen. That is till tomorrow, right? Otherwise, what you can use it, let's say you are on Friday, I mean, on Friday evening, you are meeting somebody to your colleague and saying bye to them, then you can say bis Montag, right? Till Monday. So likewise, there are multiple options to say bye. And as I always say, don't get confused with so many options, because you are going to use only one at one time. So better pick any one of these which suits your thought, and always speak out that one only. You can just say "Bish Peter" at every instance, every situation. Even on Friday evening, when you are saying bye to your colleague, you can say "Bish Peter," not necessarily "Bish Montag," right?
Because Montag or Morgan is very specific. Surely we are going to connect by the comment like Monday or tomorrow. And which
Yes,
splitter can be okay after 2 days, 3 days, or whenever the
yes,
situation came up, we will talk or we will meet.
exactly, absolutely right.
Yeah,
All right.
but yeah, this is a really good difference. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. No, the problem comes when, as I told you, na, somebody says you thank you, danke, and then you have a list of words that you can speak out. Uh, Gern geschehen, bitte, danke sehr, so many things you can speak out. Keine Ursache. And what happens at suddenly if somebody speaks you thank you are then confused. What should I speak out now?
Yeah, exactly. Same
Yeah.
situation happened to me yesterday. I was going through dorm and I opened the door for some old lady and she says, "Thank you." That means danke. And I confused, I should say this bar, sorry, Gergeshen, or what should I say? Simply, welcome. Then I switched to English, welcome, and
Exactly. Anyways, let me write down the possible options. Somebody says you thank you. I'll write down a reply to thanks. To thank you. You can say ger, G-E-R, ger. That itself is sufficient. Otherwise, if you are too much happy, gern gesehen, geschehen.
Gishan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh,
So, bitte
yeah.
schön.
Yeah. I'm going to write that. Willkommen, bitte schön. Even bitte will also do. And Uh, one more thing is keine Ursache.
Kind
Uh, keine
is no.
S-H-E, Sache.
But
Okay.
if I remember, kind is no. Then no.
This is no problems.
And
Ah,
even you can say kind problem also, right?
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
kind
Kind problem.
problem.
Okay, kind problem. No problem.
Yeah. That's why I always say just pick up the best one, which is actually a pure German word, gern geschehen. Simple, right?
Yeah.
And leave alone all these counterparts. Okay. Now, just as we are talking about our previously learned things, woher kommen Sie? Any guesses, friends? What does this
Yep.
mean?
Where are you
Where
coming
you
from?
came?
Yes. Where are you coming from?
From.
Yes. So now, if I'm talking to a colleague, that means I know that colleague quite well. And in that case, I'm not asking him which country he comes from. So I may be asking whether he's coming from church, whether he's coming from marketplace or something like that, right? But if I'm talking to, let's say, a totally stranger on the road, and he's interested in knowing more about me, and he asks, woher kommen Sie? Then I'll be talking that, yeah, ich komme aus Indien, right? So the answer is context based. Ich komme
Of.
aus Indien.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Otherwise, it may be ich komme aus, you can say Kirche, that is church, right? The other question is, let me ask you guys, where do you stay?
Uh, own owns do.
Repeat, please.
Owns do.
Own, uh,
No,
Warning.
I will always confuse with this what, but owns
ah,
do. Yeah. So
yeah, Rishti, you are absolutely right. Wo,
yeah,
wohnst
O
du?
owns to. Correct. O
Yeah,
owns to.
absolutely right.
So I need to work on that. So
Yeah,
W's,
yeah.
I'll get confused. Yeah.
Yeah. Please repeat it because they are
O
quite confusing.
O owns to. Yeah.
Yeah. And otherwise, wo wohnen
O
Sie?
yeah. O onan Z.
Yeah, wohnen. Uh,
Z.
yeah. Just to correct the pronunciation, it is wo, right?
O.
So wo wohnen Sie?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Uh, Now next question. What is your job? Any guesses? How can you
Was
say
is
this?
was is Arbeiter
Uh,
Z.
uh, yes.
I
What
think
is, yeah.
dish something. Okay.
Uh, yeah, let's not get into that accusative dative. If you simply ask somebody, what is your job? Uh, One-to-one conversion is, was ist deine Beruf? Right? Now there are two words, Arbeit, that Amya said, and Beruf. Okay. Now these are both quite same, but you know, Beruf can be kind of a bigger one. Like I may be IT consultant, right? However, I work as Java developer, for example, work as Java developer, right? So what I mean to say is, Beruf is kind of a bigger field, and here gives verschiedenen Arbeit, that is many Arbeit. One of them is Java developer, right? Likewise, suppose beruf can be, um, let's say, painter, or maybe you can say, what can I give an example? Let me not
I
go that
can
Blue,
way.
give
Yeah.
IT professional. I can say IT
or maybe
professional.
Yes. IT
blue collar job
professional.
or white collar job, something like that.
Exactly. You are right. Absolutely right.
So
I can
so
be, yeah.
no. So basically, we will ask like, what do you do for living, something like that, right? So it's a
Yes.
high level
High level.
job. Yeah.
That's right. So it gives you only, are you a technical person or a non-technical? Are you kind of white collar or whatever? And if you go for in-depth, then you can say Ich arbeite als Java developer, right? Ich arbeite als Java developer. By the way, here it is known as Java developer, Java Entwickler. Okay. However, I will say uh, my beruf is IT consultant. Yeah. Uh, However, actually, it is not spoken like this. It can be beruflich bin ich tätig. That is a little complex. Please don't get confused. Tätig als um, IT Berater. Now, this is just for information. Don't get overwhelmed. Beruflich is professionally. Binish, that is I am. Tetish is busy, you can say, or you can say employed, can say, or you can say engaged, right? So professionally, I am engaged. Oh, sorry, it's not also, it's als. Als IT Berater. Berater is consultant, right? So beruflich becomes a little bigger word and it covers a lot of things, right? So let's forget this sentence, otherwise it's a little overwhelming. Okay, going forward, um, this probably you all know. Vorname, Nachname, right? So Vorname, any guess, friends?
First name.
Yes,
First name.
right. And Nachname is
Last
Surname.
name.
last name, right? So you may be asked, was ist deine Name? What is your name? So it's always better, friends. See, because we are totally used to in uh, in let's say in Indian. Let's say if I say Ajay Devgan, right? So we are so used to it that we don't differentiate between first name and second name because we all know what is the second name and what is the first name here. However, if you introduce yourself in German to a stranger, it's always better to speak out the full name and then clarify that let's say I'll say, Ich heiße Ajay Devgan, meine Vorname is Ajay and Nachname is Devgan. Okay, getting my point, friends? Because what happens, there are certain situations like in Krankenkasse or for example your medical insurance or some things wherein you may write your name as Ajay Devgan, but you never know that probably they have taken this as your first name. And what happens once you go in your medical clinic or somewhere, then there may be a conflict and probably you have to pay on the spot in that case. So make sure that you clearly, whenever you're talking about telephone or you're meeting somebody in person, you tell them clearly that my Nachname is this and my Vorname is this. Right? This is most important. Okay. Going ahead. Now some greeting words that we must know before proceeding. Greeting phrases, right? So let's say if I were to say very simple things, good morning.
Guten Morgen.
Yeah, exactly. Then I were to say evening, I'll just write down Guten Morgen, right? Is Can somebody try Guten evening?
Abend.
Guten
Guten
Abend.
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 Yeah, Guten Abend. And night,
Na,
Guten
na.
Nacht.
Gute Nacht.
Gute
Gute
Nacht.
Nacht.
Gute Nacht. Now you might find out, friends, you might have observed this. We don't say Guten Nacht.
Yeah,
Gute
because
Nacht.
night is female.
Yeah. So what happens? This is kind of B1 level German. What happens whenever we are talking? Um, if there is something, let's say this is the main word of the sentence, which is here is case is Nacht or Abend, and we are adding some values, or maybe we are giving some additional word to the to clarify that word, like gute or schlecht or whatever it may be, good, bad, very good, very bad. So these words have a ending also. That is, the main word is gute, but depending on the word of the sentence, on the gender of the sentence, we have to do some ending. So it can be guter, guten, whatever it may be. So this is a B1 level German. So we will not talk about this stuff. But in case if you find Gute Nacht, don't speak out Gute Nacht. That will be false, right? Because you might be confused that it is Guten Morgen, it is Guten Abend, then it should be Guten Nacht also, which is wrong then. All right. Then we already learnt about till tomorrow.
Bis
Was
morgen.
yes, bis morgen. All right.
It's bis or biz.
BIS.
No, no. While speaking, it's bis or biz.
BIS, bis.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I ask you one question, friends. Morning, as you have understood, is Morgan, right?
Yeah.
And tomorrow,
It's again morgen.
Bis morgen.
yeah, tomorrow is also Morgan.
Morgen.
Then how do
Kal.
I say we will meet tomorrow morning? Tricky thing, isn't it?
I mean, same like in Hindi, kal, aaj, kal.
Yeah. Just for hint, meet is treffen, Treffen.
Not termin. Or okay, termin and treffen is different.
Yeah, termin is appointment
Okay.
that you normally get from Rathaus or Auslandbehörde. So we will be tomorrow morning. So literally turns out
Wir treffen morgen.
we are treffen morgen, right? This technically is correct, but practically it is
Bis morgen.
wrong. So in such scenarios, what we use is wir treffen.
Wir treffen.
Sorry, wir treffen morgen früh. Früh means earlier. EARLY, early. Okay. So if you were to say that tomorrow morning we will meet early, or maybe tomorrow morning we will meet, then you simply use fru in place of morning, right? Tomorrow will be morgen for sure, but morning which will be converted to fru, right? However, if you say we will meet tomorrow afternoon, then we will say, I'll just write down instead of just speaking out.
Wir treffen morgen Tag.
Morgen Nachmittag. You are absolutely correct. Just a small correction. We will meet tomorrow afternoon. So this afternoon is Nachmittag. Nach, sorry, Mittag. Okay. So wir
Wir
treffen,
treffen morgen Nachmittag.
ja, morgen Nachmittag. Correct. Now, just to give a more, final touch to this sentence, when we speak out wir treffen, then we also use uns in between. Wir treffen uns morgen früh, or wir treffen
We.
uns morgen Nachmittag. Now, there could be some logic behind it that I still have to find out. But whenever we speak out this, so we will also use uns. Now, from where this uns comes, you probably recall. Let me check if I'm able to find out.
Uns is the we translation, not
The accusative for wir.
no
Yes.
plural form for ish
Uh,
in accusative.
no, 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 no. That is, one person rightly said, it is the accusative form of
It's
wir.
accusative for wir, yeah.
Yes. Let me see if I can find that table somewhere. Cases in German. Or
It's
maybe,
us.
yeah.
It's us. I just checked. So it's a
Ah,
accusative form for us. Uns.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you see those screenshots that you might have taken previously, there it was
Yes.
there.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct.
So just make sure that you don't make a mistake like tomorrow morning, if you have to say, then it's always the right way to say is morgen früh, right? Now here you might have noticed one more thing. Where is it? Just a moment. Yes. If I were to use tomorrow, right? This is the M is small here, right? But if morning, the M is capital, morgen, right? Because morning is a noun. Now I don't know what tomorrow is, but it is morning is definitely a noun. So whenever I have to use morgen, then the noun word will be capitalized here, right? That's most important because otherwise you will be very much confused. Morgan, Morgan, if somewhere written by any chance, then if it is a capital M, then you can easily find out that it is a noun and it's mentioning the morning hours. All right. Um, Going ahead, just give me 1 minute. Okay. Now there are certain verbs that you must remember, right? Verbs. Sorry. So I would ask you, friends, a few ones that we have used quite a lot of times. What is purchase?
Kaufen.
Yes, kaufen. Now, friends, there is a beauty in German that many verbs will be modified just by adding a prefix or suffix. Wait,
Yeah,
yeah,
Vorkofen.
yeah. So and the meaning changes 180-degree, right? So if it is purchase, the sell will be verkaufen, right? So make sure that you use the correct word always. I mean, initially you might be confused that for, I don't know if it makes any difference or not, but it will be absolutely opposite then.
Yeah, I mean,
Now,
it's like opposite word in our native language. We'll use one
exactly,
word. Yeah.
exactly. It will just turn around the meaning of the
Yeah,
sentence.
meaning.
Correct. Um, to travel.
Reason.
Yes, it is a risen.
Fahrt. Fahrt.
A fart is also there, fahren, right? Now, if I say, uh, I am going um, for, um, let's say, if I want to say that I'm going for an official trip, going for official trip, right? So, in such cases wherein some work-related travel is required, or maybe for some, distinct reason, that is, for some specific reason you are traveling, then you normally write as reisen. Even if you are going for a holiday trip or something, then you go for reisen, right? But in case if you simply mention that I am um,
I'm going
traveling,
out.
yeah, I'm just going out or traveling, then you use fahren, right? So that's ich fahre nach Berlin. I'm going to Berlin. I'm just telling you that I'm changing my position from one position to another one. So you use it only fahren, right? Now, a very important word that I used earlier also, I told about that also, is essen.
Eat.
Yeah, to eat. But if animal is eating, then it is fressen, right? So,
Ah, freshen. Yeah.
yeah,
There are many shop by freshen, something like that.
yes,
Animal
yes,
food.
correct. So many shops are there which are written fressen. So that is for animal eat,
Food.
animal food, yeah. Not eating animal, when animals eat anything. When animals eat.
वही अपने यहाँ जैसे होता है ना लात टंगड़ी लंगड़ी
Yeah,
where we are using in context.
yeah. Right.
But again, in so I feel that there is an in concept wise contextual words are and choosing the words is very important either in German or
Yes,
English, Hindi.
exactly. You are absolutely right.
This is the common logic or principle in both language. I so far I understood.
Yes, correct. And this is the difference between English. I am eating food and my cat is eating food. So in English it is eating both ways. But in German it will be ich esse etwas und mein Katze fresse etwas. Right? Etwas means something. So I am eating something, ich esse, and my cat is eating something, my Katze fressen. Right? So, and make sure friends never use fressen for any German or for any person. Right? Otherwise, he or she will be your enemy till next birth. Right. Now, some verbs are very simple. To sing, right? So it is simple singen.
Sagen
No,
or
singen.
singing.
Yeah. Well, let me take up sagen also. To speak,
Ah, okay.
yeah, is sagen, right?
So for singen, and here zagen. Why there is an difference in the pronunciation?
No, it is zing. You can say singen, and here you can say sagen.
Okay.
Yeah, see pronunciation. There are so many dialects in German that it depends on the place to place, right? So you cannot be very sure about how to pronounce S in these words. One more thing is to speak is again there is one more thing called
Sprach.
no, 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 expression.
Sprach is, sorry, language.
Yeah, expression. So I said something, and let's say I said, wait a minute, SOMETHING, and I say I am speaking to you, right? So there are two people, mm, and they are interacting with each other. So one is speaking to one another, that means expression, right? And let's say I say, my boss said this. So then I will be using sagen, right? That is, somebody said something. That's a one-way communication kind of thing. Some statement given by somebody. So then it will be sagen. But if I'm continuously talking to each other or you are talking to me, then I'll say wir sprechen. That is, we are speaking. Okay. Now, again to repeat, lernen, Lernen, and studieren, right? So you probably remember this. If I'm just reading something or if I'm trying to learn something, that is lernen. And if I'm going in a university or maybe I'm going in an institute and learning something, INSTITUTE, then I'll be using studieren. That is, from there I'm officially doing something with full dedication. I'm learning something, right? Uh, Going ahead, let me pick out some more words. Let's say, just a minute. This is going evening, and this is me who is going for a walk, right? Sorry, evening walk. Okay, that means that maybe like I have a dog and I'm going for an evening walk with my dog, or maybe after eating I'm going for a night walk. Then there is a special verb which is given is spazieren gehen. Spazieren gehen. Okay. Now, if I say uh, I am going for night walk. So if you go for a one-to-one English translation, English to German, ich gehe für Nacht laufen or something like that. This is laufen, right? Which is absolutely wrong. If you were to say, I'm going for an evening walk or night walk, then we simply use a simple word, spazieren gehen. Ich gehe uh, spazieren, for example, right? Ich gehe spazieren. That is, I'm going for a walk. Simple. That is, you're just, going for a leisure walk, or, there is no such specific reason why you are going out, or there is no such official reason. You're just going for a stroll, you can say. So for that purpose, you use spazieren, right? Now, certain words are very easy to understand. That is telefonieren, right? That obviously this means to call somebody, to telephone something. Playing, Playing.
Clean.
Spielen.
Yes, right. It could be even a guitar spielen or a table tennis spielen. That is Tischtennis. I'll write down that also. If I say table tennis, this is Tischtennis. Tisch. Sorry. Yeah, Tisch. Right. One small last aspect that I want to speak out here is, um, let's say Amia can speak good Hindi, right? So what we can say is Amia can speak good Hindi, or Amia can uh, Amia can speak good Hindi, for example. So what we are doing is we are saying that there is one person who can speak very good a language. Now in German, if you were to convert it now, so one to one will be Amia can. Remember, friends, here is a modal verb. Amia can good Hindi. Can anybody tell me what should be the
Expression.
Expression.
expression? Now, because it is a modal verb, so we will be using the infinitive form, expression. Right. Now, this is the aspect that I want to figure out in German. What happens? Please try to understand this concept. When I'm talking about a language, right? So, language is something that one can only speak. I mean, speak is something which includes write, understand, listen, everything it includes, right? So, in such cases, what happens once you're talking about a language, specifically only for language, you omit this word, expression. So, this is perfectly an 100% correct sentence. Amia can good Hindi, right? Chetan can good Deutsch, for example. So normally we will expect that we will be using expression out. Amia Chetan can speak German very good. So speak word or maybe the counterpart of speak is missing in this sentence, and it will not be there at all. You're getting my point, friends? So what I mean to focus upon is once you are talking in German about a language, right? This is the language. Then you don't use the verb which is associated with it. Chetan can good Deutsch. That is absolutely fine, right? Raghu can good Telugu, for example. Because I am talking about a Sprache, that is is a kind of a language, then I don't use speak or write or something. I will just write, he can good Deutsch, he can good Hindi, he can good Telugu, or he can good English. All right, friends. So this was a kind of a difference between German language and English. We don't use the verb associated with a Sprache, with a language. So this was all for today, friends. Any doubt or any questions? Any comments or something you might be having in your mind?
No.
No? Great.
Yeah,
So,
Sid,
yeah.
I have a question. Actually, till now we learnt about verbs. I'm not sure my question is too early or not,
Mhm.
but we are not learning about the tenses. Do we have tense in Germany? Because it's
Uh,
confusing. Yeah.
definitive tenses are there. Zukunft, that is your future tense, and past tense. Everything is there. But the only thing is, once we are talking to somebody, right? So we are doing everything in the real time. So tenses are definitely there. If you were talking about somebody to someone about something which happened in the past, then you have to use the past tense, perfect tense. There are multiple, right? For example, there are two type of past tense. I wrote a letter, and one is I have written a letter, right? So these are the two things which have happened in the past, right? But I have written a letter is something you are telling about that past event right now in the present. So such cases are definitely there. But again, you know, once let us learn the ABCD, then we will start with the essay on cow. It's like
Yeah.
that, right? So, for example, we have done this have, right? Haben. Ich habe, du hast, es sie es hat. So likewise, we have ich hatte, du hattest, es sie es hatte, wir hatten, ihr hattet, sie hatten. So this is all advanced German that we'll learn later on.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. All right, friends. So, yeah, tell me. Any doubt, Amir?
No, no, no.
No? All right, great. So let's wind up for today's class, friends. Tomorrow we will again have a very short session, maybe of 30 minutes only. And afterwards, let me see the calendar. Next, first and second, I'll be engaged in my shifting jobs. And we will meet again on 9th then, right? So every 9, 16, 23, 30, we will be meeting on online on these classes.
Okay.
But anyways, tomorrow again we will have a short class of maybe 30 minutes only at 10 a.m. Great. All right, friends. Thank you so much and
Okay, thanks.
enjoy
Bye
the day.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.